So good day, my name is Mark Gabriel Bequenta, and I'm going to explain or report the experiment 3, which is the PCM Simulink or MATLAB Simulink. So let's move on. So pulse code modulation or PCM is a digital modulation technique used to convert an analog signal into a digital signal. So this process is essential in modern communication system because digital signals are more resistant to noise and easier to transmit over long distances. So PCM involves three main steps, which are the sampling, quantizing, and the encoding. So let's discuss each the following. Following. First is the sampling. So the sampling is the first step in PCM. So in this process, the continuous analog signal is measured at a specific time intervals. So according to the sampling theorem, the sampling frequency must be at least twice the highest frequency of of the signal to accurately reconstruct it. So this ensures that no important information is lost during the conversation. Next is the quantizing stage, wherein in this step, so here the sampled values are approximated into discrete levels. So instead of having infinite positive values, the signal is limited into a fixed number of levels. So a small quantization interval results in higher accuracy, while a larger interval introduces more distortion, also known as the quantization error. And lastly is the encoding. So the encoding after the quantization, the signal is encoded. Each quantized level is assigned a binary code. So this converts the signal into digital form, wherein the number of bits is used to determine how many levels can be represented. So more binary bits means the higher resolution and better signal quality. Moving on to the procedure or the block diagram. So in this experiment, we use the block diagram consisting of a sine wave generator, pulse generator, product block, quantizer, and encoder. So the sine wave represents the analog input, while the pulse generator is used for sampling. So the signal then passes through quantization and encoding stages to produce a digital output. So here, as the output, so the output shown in the scope represents each stages of the PCM process. We can observe how the original analog signal changes as it is sampled, quantized, and encoded. So each stage clearly shows the transformation from a smooth waveform into a discrete time signal or digital signal. As you can see here. So here in the outputs on the left side is the scope 1, wherein it is the output of the sine wave. Next is the scope 1. It is the output of the pulse generator. Scope 2, it is the output of the product. And the scope 3 is the output of the quantizer. So moving on to the, again, procedure, wherein to further analyze the encoded signal, integer to bit converter was added. So this allowed us to view the binary representation of each sample. So the output is then sent to the workspace for plotting and analyzing. So here, so based on the observation that changing the sampling periods affects how frequently the signal is captured, and adjusting the quantization and interval changes the resolution of the signal, while varying the number of bits affects the number of quantization level. So increasing the number of bits improves the accuracy, while fewer bits results in distortion. So in this graph shows the workspace on the MATLAB. So we use the command window to show its output, wherein we use the command plot out to show these different output, which are these five different output. So the first output or the same out one is this blue one, same out two, same out three, then same out four, and same out five. So moving on to the additional activity that was sent to us. So we must observe the following changes of the different parameters. So in this one, wherein the period is changed, so in what I had observed, in the following changes in parameters, which is the period, so that the period determines how fast the signal repeats. When I change it into a 1 over 50, the signal repeats faster, while I change it into 1 over 30, then it becomes slower. So, period compresses the waveform horizontally. So moving on to the quantization interval, wherein I had observed in the quantization interval was that it controls signal resolution or the step size, wherein if the larger the interval which I have in the sample of 2, it produces a cursor step and more distortion. While if a lower interval which I had a sample of 0.00250, it produces a finer steps and the signal became more smoother and closer to the original signal. So in conclusion, the smaller the interval is the better. The larger the interval, the more quantization error. Next is the number of bits, wherein in what I had observed in the following parameters on the number of bits show how many quantization levels are available. So more bits like in my sample of 10 means more levels. So it means in this sample, it is 2 raised to 10 wherein it is equal to 1024 levels. So, and smoother and accurate signals. While the lower bits, like in my sample of 2, so 2 raised to 2 means 4. So, again, it is much lower than the other one. It means that the sample is very limited levels, and the signal is more likely highly distorted. So, in conclusion, that while increasing bits, it gradually improves the signal quality, while fewer bits reduces accuracy. So, moving on. So this last one is the combined parameters changes. So in the following parameter change, so in case 1, which is the upper side, I change the period into 1 over 75, quantization interval of 1.5, and bits of 8. So in my observation for this is that it has a faster repetition, moderate resolution, but have large interval, resulting to a fast but slightly rough waveform. Then in the case 2, wherein the period is 1 over 25, quantization interval of zero point 0.8, and number of bits of 10. So in this case, it has a slower repetition, higher resolution, and have lower interval, resulting to a slow but more accurate and smoother waveform. So this is my proof of documentation here, wherein I inputted that to the PDF. Then this one is to show the graphs of the following scope, wherein scope 1, scope 2, and scope 3. And so conclusion. So in this experiment, we successfully demonstrated pulse code modulation. So in which an analog signal is converted into a digital signal through sampling, quantization, and encoding. The simulation result confirmed that proper sampling allows accurate representation of the original signal, especially when the sampling rates satisfy the Nyquist criterion. It was observed that the quantization interval significantly affects signal quality. Smaller interval produces smoother, more accurate outputs, whereas larger interval introduces noticeable distortion. Furthermore, the number of bits used in encoding determines the number of quantization where higher bits provide better resolution and lower bits reduces signal accuracy. The effects of the pulse generator period was also evident as it controls the sampling rate and how it influences the frequently the signal is measured. So the encoding process demonstrated how binary values represent the quantized samples, including the use of the most significant bit to indicate positive and negative values. So that is all. Thank you for listening.